Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel again. And today we have uh, brought, we have recorded one video for you for the freshers or the few years of experience candidates in the CyberArk to attend CyberArk interviews. Few basic questions for the CyberArk interviews we will record, and in short I am going to tell answers for those questions, not in detail but in short. You can remember, instead of going interviews and staying blank, you can before going to any interview you can go through such type of questions. Just I have given sample over here for basic CyberArk questions, basic overview. So we are going to make one series, or we are going to continue this series ahead. Please like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon for notification so that you will get notification for such type of videos in the future. So on screen, you can see the first question. So what is the CyberArk and why it is used? So, in short, CyberArk is privilege access management PAM tool to secure, manage, and monitor privilege accounts. Okay, you read these questions, question one by one. Try to frame your own answer in your own language or in your own words, and try to correlate the answer what I am saying. If you are going to answer this in detail, that is okay, that is fine. But in short, instead of you don't know anything, you are going in interview or sitting in interview hall, you want some basic overview, you forgot something, you need a brush up on the question and interview part. So you can go through the this video. So what is CyberArk and why it is used? You answer privilege access management tool, and why it is used to secure, manage and monitor privileged accounts. Okay, what is privilege account? We have mentioned in earlier videos. If you not watched it, you can go back and watch those videos. Second question comes, explain the CyberArk architecture. Okay, this is a very big and deep question, but in short, if you are going to cover in interview, CyberArk architecture, you can tell the components: vault, PVWA, which is password vault web access; CPM, central policy manager; PSM, privilege session manager; and the another component is there, PTA. In few organization, PTA is used, and few organization PTA is not used. So depending upon the organization and their own policies, that PTA is used. I have seen multiple projects, and I have gone through multiple organizations projects. Few organization use PTA, few organization are still managing without PTA. They are in the middle of their project, or they are managing the project since last few years, 4 years or 5 years, and still they have not even started their PTA installation in their environment. It means it is, you can consider organizations are using that component as an optional component. So in basic CyberArk architecture, you can tell these component names. These are the basic components and required components in the CyberArk. Okay, multiple regarding the component, you can extend multiple things, but for basic, you can tell these things. What is the third question over here? You can read over here. What is a safe in CyberArk? So, friends, if you are sitting inside the interview hall or in front of the interviewer, immediately question comes. Okay, instead of sitting blank, again I'm repeating, instead of sitting blank, You can answer this question as a logical storage unit in the vault where credentials are stored securely. What is a safe? Logical storage unit in the vault where credentials are stored securely. So the next question is difference between vault and safe. Okay, this question is asked in the interviews. So what is difference? Vault is overall secure repository, and where what is safe? Safe is a segmented logical container within the vault. Already we have explained the safe is a storage unit in the vault where credentials are stored securely. This answer will be for what is safe. And then if they are asking the difference, you can say safe as a segmented logical container within the vault. Okay. So the next question is how does CyberArk handle password rotation? How does CyberArk handle password rotation? The question come in password management section. You can tell them CPM automatically rotates credentials based on defined policies. This is a very short and basic answer you can answer. Okay. If you want to go in detail, explain them. Policies are framed as per the organization, friends. Okay. If they ask you when password will be rotated within 24 hours, 48 hours, 7 days, 15 days, 30 days, 90 days, 45 days. That depends upon the organizational requirement and what policies they are framing internally with the management. That is completely their call. But the basic answer, our basic answer should be CPM automatically rotates credentials based on defined policies. So, how CPM rotates? Then that would be another question. We are not going to go deep in this scenario. So the next question comes, what happens if password rotation fails? What happens if password rotation fails? First question should come in mind. Candidate should explain troubleshooting steps. That is expected here. Check CPM logs, connectivity, account platform settings. These basic settings should be checked by you. So the first if question comes related to failing or related to any error or related to any component not working or any service is not working, you should go through or you should focus on the error codes. That is what CyberArk focuses. So the second question is explain dual control in CyberArk. Friends, this is very important question in CyberArk because dual control is used by multiple organizations. That is, client's requirement is also there. If any they want to give access for the single password to any user, but that should not be accessed by a single user. If I am accessing the password, another user or another manager or my reporting manager, my TL, any of that account owner should know when I am accessing the password, what is the exact requirement, and up to what time should I get the access for that password. That policies can be framed. That is called as dual control. So in simple language, in one sentence, you can answer requires approval from another user before accessing certain privileged accounts. Requires approval from another user before accessing certain privileged accounts. So the next question is regarding the session management. What is PSM and why it is important? So this question is asked in the interview when I was attending an interview for the reputed MNC. So that's why I put this question over here. What is the PSM and why it is important? So privileged session manager. PSM means privileged session manager enables secure monitored access to privileged accounts without exposing credentials. In single sentence, single line, and simple manner you can answer. Again, I am telling privilege PSM is privileged session manager, which enables secure monitored access to privileged accounts without exposing credentials. Okay, how does CyberArk record sessions? PSM keystrokes and video for audit and compliance. Simple, in language simple. How does records means you don't need to go in detail and check the algorithms, which algorithm they are using for recording, which recording standard they are going to use. That will be a deep question. So CyberArk records the session. PSM records keystrokes and video for audit and compliance. So the next will be regarding security and compliance. We have focused on multiple part, basic part. What are the benefits of CyberArk over manual password management? What are the benefits of CyberArk over the manual password management? So automated rotation, centralized audit, compliance enforcement, reduced insider threat. Simple, these four say sentences or three four words you can say. Again I am repeating: automated rotation, centralized audit, compliance enforcement, reduced insider threat. So explain the concept of least privilege in CyberArk. Explain the concept of least privilege in the CyberArk. That is very important questions, and that is multiple times. Whenever I have attended interviews, multiple times that is asked. What does mean the least privileges in the CyberArk? Least privilege means user only get access to accounts they need enforced via policies. Users only get access to accounts they need enforced via policies. Okay, it means users should get access to those accounts those are required, and access should be minimal. Unnecessary, not required access shouldn't go to the users. For example, you can take one example. In SAFE, multiple accounts are added. Okay, some organizations while implementing, what does they do? Users are added normally in that SAFE, and whatever accounts are added in that SAFE, they instead of giving one-to-one access, or instead of giving granular access control, enabling granular access control, directly access is given via SAFEs only. That could prove a risky, because the user can access another server also through that SAFE, right? So that is least access management, very much important. You are implementing privilege access management, and if you are not focusing on the least access from the beginning of the implementing that product, and though you are having experience, then that is none of the use. So it will create a compliance issues. Not one issue but multiple issues regarding the compliance it can create. So three questions are remaining. What steps would you take if user cannot log in via PVWA? So it came to CyberArk UI or CyberArk login. First, you need to check the IIS service. Okay, when you will check the IIS service, if your PVW URL is not loading, that is first stage. Again, I am telling this is regarding the error. What I told you in previous, if it comes to error, Then focus on the error codes, what type of error, what that error is telling to you. Then you can proceed troubleshooting accordingly. That is how CyberArk works. Okay. Check IIS service if URL is not loading. Again, you can proceed with the services, certificates, vault connectivity second step. Check the port whether that component is connected to the vault or not. Okay. Check uh, user permissions if that is working, and check logs. These are the normal things you can check. How do you onboard new privilege accounts in CyberArk? That is common, and question is asked in every interview. Okay, every means every interview, every one another interview. How do you onboard a new privilege account in CyberArk? So you can simply answer the question. Say we have to create the first save, add account, assign platform if the platforms are already created, and configure CPM, whatever CPM you want to assign, and test the connection. You can also test the uh, port connectivity if the servers are from Linux respective port you can check 22. If server is of Windows respective port you can check, or any other SQL or database servers or any WinSCP connections, whatever ports are configured inside the environment or inside the production environment in the organization, you can configure these ports accordingly. So last question, what is the difference between LDAP integration and local authentication in CyberArk? Simple in one line I am telling. LDAP allows centralized identity management. Local authentication is vault specific. LDAP allows centralized identity management and local authentication is a vault specific. So in short, what we have seen, explain CyberArk components, vault, PVWA, CPM, PSM, what is safe, logic container for credentials, how does CPM work, automated rotation, policy driven, what is PSM, secure, monitor, access. This key point to remember MD. Why CyberArk over manual? So audit, automation, reduce risk. CyberArk is why good over the manual methods? Because in audit you can answer because it rotates automatically through automation and it is reduced risk. So if you forgot, no need, there is no risk of forgetting. Any user said I forgot to rotate. That is not like that. So here risk is reduced. User login fails. Steps, logs, service, permissions. So thank you friends. Thank you for watching my video till end, and please like, share, subscribe my channel. So that would be only motivation for me to put another video according to responses and comments. I will be making another video. If you want any error specific or any more videos, so please response to the videos. I have seen my last video also, multiple responses and multiple views are there. So keep liking, keep subscribing. You can share with your friends, colleagues. Also ask them to subscribe my channel, like, share and subscribe. Thank you again. Thank you for watching your video. Again, next part will come soon.